Hey, it's Joe Crump. This next outrageous claim is how to train and hire telemarketers to call your sellers. You know, if you want somebody who can do this stuff for you, and remember, this is the last thing you outsource. I've talked about this on other videos. Outsource the other tasks first, admin people, the buyer people, outsource that, but eventually you'd like to have somebody talking to your sellers. But that's the heavy lifting job, and that takes a little bit more skill, and you can do it in 2 steps instead of 1. When you get on the call, you're probably going to do it in 1 step once you get good at it. Maybe you want to start with a 2-step process and then move to the 1-step process. But at the beginning, you may want to start with a 2-step process where you call, you talk to first of all, use the Automarketer, or you have somebody call. You know, I guess you can do cold calls, but once you find somebody who, you know, for the Automarketer, it calls them, says, hey, would you consider selling your home, rent to buy, and then they call you back, say, yeah, I'd consider doing that. You're going to have your telemarketer call them, and they're going to do it in a 2-step process. The first step is they ask them the questions that they need, the seller profile questions. You know, how much do you want for it? What's the monthly payment? How much do you owe on it? How soon do you have to move? What happens if you don't get a buyer? What are you going to do? You get all the detail, the pain questions, the detail questions, how many bedrooms, baths, all the details. And if you use the lead sheet in the Automarketer and the CRM in the Automarketer, it's got buttons, so you can type in the address of the property, click a button, and it'll find it on Google Map, and you'll be able to see a picture right up there while you're talking to them, even if it's in a different state. You don't have to be local to do these, and your phone person doesn't have to be local to do these. They can be in the Philippines if you want to, although I kind of like using U.S. people just because the language skills are better. But they can get that information right away. They can also click another button, and it'll open up rentometer.com, and it'll tell you what the value should be on the rent every month, how much it should be renting for. Click another button, and it opens up Zillow, and it shows you the Zestimates to give you an idea of a price range of a value of that property. It'll show you how many bedrooms and baths, square footage, how big the yard is. It'll probably show you a picture of the house as well, sometimes interior pictures if the property's been on the market anytime in the last few years. It'll show you the range of the neighborhood. It'll show you the school systems. Zillow's a great tool, and so when we linked our, all you have to do is press a button once you have the address confirmed in the lead sheet, because we used a special system to confirm the addresses. So you type in the address, you click confirm, it confirms that that's a real address, then it can find that address in these websites for you. And it makes it very easy for you to look at these things as you're having the conversation, or to have your telemarketer have this conversation while they're looking at this stuff, and it makes them sound like a local, makes them sound like they know the area, because they can walk up and down the street using Google Maps and see what the neighborhood's like. Oh, you're across the street from the grocery store, or whatever. And it'll give you credibility when you start doing things like that, because it'll make you appear to be a local. Now, you can hire people to do this for you for $7 an hour. I suggest that you pay $10, $12, $15 an hour. Get somebody in the United States who's got some sales skills, pay them per hour, and pay them 150% of the time they're actually on the phone. And the way that you monitor how much time they're on the phone is you use the phone system in the Automarketer that allows you to set up as many local phone numbers as you want, with as many area codes as you want in different areas, and have a voicemail on that thing, and also be able to call directly through the internet, so that you can get online and you can click a button, dial their number, and it'll go right to these people who are the leads, and it'll record those calls, and it keeps track of how much time they're on that call. So if I've got a telemarketer who's calling for me, I'll pay him 150% of the time he's on the call. It'll also record the call, so I can use that for training, make sure he's not telling him something that he shouldn't be telling him, or she shouldn't be telling him. And I can also keep track of their hours, so that I know if they called 10 people and they were on the phone for 10 hours, I'm going to pay them for 15 hours, because I know there's admin time that they're going to have to do it, and it makes them feel better about that. But it also keeps them very accountable to you, because you've got it right there in front of you, whether they made that call or not, and what they said on that call, and it'll help you train them. That way you can get them on a system like freeconferencecalling.com. If you go to freeconferencecalling.com, you can set up an account, and you can have your own account there, and you can have your people call into that number. They can VoIP into it if they're calling from out of the area, Skype into it if they're calling from out of the the area, and you can have a conversation with them. You can do role playing with them, so you can hear how they're asking the questions to the sellers, and you can say, don't say this, say that. You can record that training call so that then the next person you get who's going to make calls for you can listen to that before they start for you. And each time you do it, you can just have them listen to that call, and you can do the role plays on recording so they can listen to their own recordings, and you can do that for them. It'll make them better faster, and you can do that for yourself as well. One of the things I have all my mentor students do is they use some method to record their calls so they can go back and listen to those calls. If you listen to your calls, especially when you're getting started, you're going to cringe because they're so bad. And you'll say, oh, I shouldn't have said that, I shouldn't have said that, I should have said this instead. And you're going to get better and better and better at it over time, where eventually you're going to listen to those calls and you're going to say, hey, I'm pretty good at this. I do a good job. It's going to build your confidence, and you're going to see where all the problems are. Because every time somebody says no to you, you need to know why they said no. It's not just because they didn't want to do it. They said no for another reason. What is that reason that they said no? What could you have said that might have brought them along? And that's the thing that I spend so much time with my mentor students on. But I've also got some good recordings in the Automarketer that teach how to do that. I've got some good information in my my book on Amazon, automated real estate investing book, that talks about how to talk to sellers as well. So that might be able to help you as well. And it'll help your people that you're trying to train do this. So there's more to it than that. There's ads that you can use. I teach all this stuff to my mentor students. If you want to get involved in that program, I'd love to be able to take you deeper into building automated systems and outsourcing what you can't automate. All right. Thanks now.